Leslie from Leslie Writes It All, and I'm here to review a brand new product that I just received from Pilot. This is their Enso Creative Tools line, which is a set of 7 extra fine brush pens and 1 bold black brush pen. So these are the 7 in color, and then this is the last one in a bold, thicker tip. I haven't tried this product yet. I'm excited to show it to you guys. Just a disclaimer, this is a paid post, but all the opinions about these pens are my own, and I will be reviewing them and letting you guys know what I think in just a sec. Alright, so off the bat, I'm going to go ahead and try these smaller tips because I do like a smaller brush pen. It's a little bit easier to control for all you people who are starting off and are beginners. Smaller brush pens have a smaller tip. That means it's less that you need to control. This one is extra fine, so just so you have a frame of reference, it's going to write really small compared to this pen, which is a much thicker tip. But we'll go ahead and see how it goes. Sometimes you have a smaller tip, but it's going to be really flexible, so sometimes it's really stiff. I really can't tell yet until you try it. So these are pretty stiff, which is actually really great for a beginner. So I usually recommend something like this if you're just starting off. If you have a bigger brush, it's a little bit harder to control. So these are some of the basic strokes that you should be practicing when you're starting off. Upstrokes you want to keep nice and thin. Downstrokes, just apply a little more pressure and you're going to go ahead and get more contact with the pen to the page. And that's how you make these shapes. So this one's a little bit more involved because you're going to have a thicker downstroke area and then change it to a lighter upstroke. So this shape takes a ton of practice, but I just like to play around with it when I get new pens. And of course I'm going to write my favorite word to write when I'm practicing. I'm sure everyone has a favorite word, but hello is my go-to. And this one is the brown, so I'm going to go ahead and swatch some of the colors for you guys. Just off the bat, it's pretty easy to get the thin lines, I think, because the pen tip itself is so fine. It's just that when you get to the downstrokes, it's not as obvious. If you're using a really thick or flexible brush tip, you might get more of a downstroke, but I still think it makes a nice contrast. But usually most people struggle with this thin upstroke, so this pen is going to be pretty good for you if you struggle with that. The downstroke usually comes a little bit easier because it's easier to apply pressure than it is to let go of it. But it's a pretty fun pen to use. I think it's really great for beginners if you are just starting out and looking for a nice set of colored pens that are easy to control. Alright, now I'm just going to switch gears. This is a very big brush tip, so I've never used this one before, and it is really flexible. So in this set, this one is probably not recommended if you're a beginner. If you like your calligraphy to be really neat, because it is pretty hard to control it. It's going to act like a real brush, but it is a felt tip. So it's kind of interesting because when I was looking up to see what Enso means, in Japanese it means like a circle, but it kind of means more than that. It's this like very well-known shape in Japanese calligraphy. the circle. If you guys read about it, it's actually really cool. It's kind of getting your body in the state of mind to be able to create. So that's probably why this pen was added to that set. It is more of a traditional brush, but it is harder to use if you're new to calligraphy. Even I'm having a little hard time getting the shapes that I want because the tip kind of has a mind of its own. But it's really nice and juicy and opaque, so if you're looking for high contrast, this would be a nice pen to have if you have like a watercolor background, or if you have a bunch of stuff going on and you want to put lettering on top of it. This is really opaque, comes out really thick and juicy, so that's this pen. But as you can see, the connections are not as clean because it's a little bit harder to control this pen when I lift it. So here you can see the connections are pretty crisp, and then here it's a little bit looser. So it's just also different style of calligraphy, whatever is kind of your flavor. This isn't going to give you a lot of dry brush though because it's pretty juicy, like I said. If you're looking for a dry brush, this one is not it. This is going to give you maximum inkage, which is really cool. It's a little different, but I like it. And lastly, I just wanted to share an exercise that I do with pens all the time. It's a great way to break in a new pen, but it also helps you do two things. This helps me kind of practice connecting my letters so that I can form words. And then also it kind of helps you put a whole alphabet together in one cohesive style. So this actually helps me create signature alphabet styles, and I'll create different alphabets by changing the slant or the bounce, and then seeing it put all together. So let me know if you guys get these pens. I'm interested to see what you guys do with them.